Good morning, starshine.
Welcome to the real world. Whoa!
Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with.
Breathe air.
There's no second best, okay?
GM, breathe air. So, today is Thursday, 10th of October, and we have CPI today. So, my assumption is that CPI no longer matters to the market. That doesn't mean it won't matter. CPI has been something that has definitely mattered over the past many months. I just think that inflation, unless there is a surprise, of course, if you get, significantly higher than 2.3% or significantly lower, that will affect the markets. But if it comes in anywhere around expectation, I don't think it will have a major effect because inflation is not the primary narrative now. I am waiting and expecting the next trade to be a combination of the 200-day and 100-day EMAs, which I will put over onto the daily chart just for this one day. And the 200, looking at the daily, here we go. All right, so is it right? Sorry, and the 50. So the same on all of them, because yesterday Bitcoin lost the daily EMAs, 50 and 100. Large impulse below. Price tried to hold it on lower time frame, as you can see here. We dumped down into them here. Price initially got an automatic bounce off it. Large volume move down. Very sharp initial bounce, and then gap down through it. So the liquidity off the daily EMAs on the low time frame was taken and used to fill sell orders, pushed down. You can see that acted as resistance. We then went lower. I mentioned this in Day Trader Chat yesterday. That was the expectation. So you have Bitcoin on low time frames in between the two major, put this onto the daily as well. You have Bitcoin on the lower time frames in between the two major EMAs on the daily. So my expectation would be coming back up to this area is an area to watch for rejection and resistance. And if it comes down, same thing. We have the dotted red line, which is the liquidity. We have the 200 EMA. My expectation would be to watch and see if price takes out those lows and then reclaims that 200 EMA on low time frames. That is an area then where I'll be looking at an upwards move towards, first of all, these other EMAs. Secondly, the 200-day. And then finally, the liquidity highs. So you zoom all that out. Liquidity highs are actually slightly higher. Sorry. All the way up to these highs here. So that's what I'm looking at. Until one of those levels is hit, above or below, I've not got much interest. We might get that volatility around CPI. If we take out these lows and come back inside, that's a good long trigger for a very strong move up. If not, it'll stop at the 61.5 or it'll stop at 63.5. If it clears those, it will go to the highs. So interested in BTC longs below 59.8 with a reclaim of the 200 EMA. Interested in Bitcoin shorts intraday if we fail to reclaim those daily EMAs. And then everything in between is just noise and chop. So we'll let the market do its thing and action it whenever something comes up. That's it. Very easy, clear plan today. Plan is really do nothing in this area, wait for one of those areas to get hit. Because lower time frames will have a bigger reaction at those levels. So you're taking daily, very important daily moving averages, 50, 100 and 200, and you are taking lower time frame plays off them, especially the 200 EMA, which is also close to a major daily low of liquidity, and the round number 60k. You can expect to see some good volatility at that area. Of course, this doesn't mean it will go down and reclaim. It's only if it goes down and reclaims that you want to get long. This very well could also be used the opposite way to move downwards. So keep all that in mind. But my expectation, my view would be long is the best option if it goes down and reclaims. I do think that Bitcoin, despite being choppy and sort of semi-bearish, I do think it's forming a higher low, whether it's at 60 or maybe it goes down to 58 or maybe even lower. it all just depends on time. If we lose the 60k level, it's going to take more weeks of just chopping around. If we can hold it, it's probably going to hold between 60 and 67 until the end of the month. And then we're going to have a green end to the month, which is above here. And then we could see a decently green October, somewhere around the high 65, 66, and then a better November. That's what I said on monthly preview. Expected no massive October move. There's just too much of an expectation of October and all these easy moves and blah, blah, blah. I think that all can come. It's just being delayed because too many people are trying to do the same thing. Meme coins that I talked about on daily levels. If Bitcoin goes down below 60, below 59.8, those memes are going to have significant pullbacks. But if BTC holds and reclaims, those are going to have strong reaction bounces as well. So it all depends on where BTC goes next. CPI might be the little bit of volatility needed to get some movements there. So I'll be in the day trader chat most likely today. I'll be in trading analysis, of course, as well, around that 12:30 p.m. UTC when the CPI number come out, breaking all that down. That is it. GM.